Hey guys, how y'all doing? This is D Durrell with D Durrell Life Solutions. It's been a while since I have filmed a video and so forth, so I'm just happy to be back at it. As you all know, I'm doing multiple channels. I got D Durrell the Rebirth. I created my new channel, The Sectors TV, that is basically taking up a lot of my time and so forth. And then I have this channel. Then I have another channel, that the Pan African channel, that I'm just learning different concepts to try to get things going again. So for today, what I'm going to discuss is how being a victim of racism, or how experiencing racism, can contribute to mental health issues. Now, as you all know, in the black community, we have endured a great deal of hate, prejudice, racism, violence, discrimination, all in the name of racism. We have endured this type of act for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it has been by far the most difficult phenomenon as a people that we've had to overcome. As our people attempted to persevere through racism, we have found a variety of different means to stay mentally capable of being successful, thriving, moving forward from one generation to another, financially, obtaining whatever types of goals that we have, educational wise, because in all aspects of life, as it relates to the African American, are ADOS per se. This has single-handedly, but as far as the experience of racism, has contributed to the difficulties of us moving forward as a people. Now I'm going to talk about what we've done to attempt to move forward. One of the first things we've done, particularly past and present, is spiritually, as a people, we've attempted to use religion, African spirituality, any type of spiritual means through music, art, dance, our spirit, or the ability to stay mentally positive, to be mentally motivated. Those things to me have been fostered through religion and spiritual means. Through the spiritual means, it had allowed us to endure all of the negative things that we had to survive, the atrocities and so forth. I'm talking about losing family, seeing people get hung, victims of being hung, beating. These things continue to happen through Jim Crow, Reconstruction, the Civil Rights Movement, even modern day today, as we deal with the overwhelming amount of black people that have been shot unjustly by policemen and strangled in the public eye, and there's still no reprimand for those things occurring. The reason why I decided to do this video is because there have been some things that have been going on in various sectors that have been attributed to racism. There has been a talk and discussion in the past about including racism or some type of racist type syndrome into the DSM. Although it has never been approved, but there has been discussions of it. There also have been persons, particularly black mental health professionals and psychologists and so forth, who basically have coined the terms such as post-traumatic slave syndrome, which basically is basically attributed to by our experience through slavery and the culture and the defense mechanisms that were developed, and a lot of the negative behaviors that have been attributed to us as opposed to as it relates to self-hatred and other verbal social means that we have basically sprung upon our offspring descendants from one generation to another. Colorism, the negative perception of other black people, taking on white supremacist talking points and mindset, discriminating against one another. All of these things, and I say each and every one of these things, has roots in our early experiences in this continent through the institution of slavery. We have to understand that racism can contribute to a lot of mental health issues, particularly as it relates to depression, because racism prevents one from doing the things that they can do in full capacity, at full length and so forth. It hinders your ability to thrive, but also the anxiety, the fear of other black people, even though we're black, the fear of white people, the inferiority complex that black people uphold, or the superiority complex that we think that white people have, thinking that we're inferior, they're superior. This is basically manifested through all walks of American culture, particularly when you see social media, TV, media, all types of technology. The way our beauty is personified, particularly in our women, how masculinity has been defined for black men, the effeminization of black masculinity, to many can be seen as toxic masculinity. Everything that I've spoken about today, in its entirety, although I'm summarizing, can be attributed to the way other people see us in an inferior light, and the programming that is done through education, through religion, and media that forces or basically manipulates black people to feel that something is innately wrong with you because of the color of your skin. Now, for those that may not look like me, or a non-black as I like to say, you may look at this in one perception, and those in my community may look at this from another perception. But there are also a large group of people in the communities that I'm in that have given up on the black community. Therefore, they don't agree with anything that I say. And that's okay. That is okay. But in closing, I want us to understand that racism is just as strong as it is today, as it was 30 years ago, 50 years ago, because our status, how we've been perceived, is no different. It's just that there are different laws and the Constitution and things of that sort, politically, legally, that have forced people to go about doing things in a different manner. Not to say that they can't get away with it, but they have to show things in a different manner to keep us in the same position that we've been, and that's basically second-class citizenship. Because that's basically what defines our experience. So I want to thank you all, for anybody that has listened to my particular video today. Please please share the video. If you have comments, please leave comments in the comment section. I definitely would love to exchange comments with you and see what you have to say. This is D. Durrell, D. Durrell Life Solutions. Have a great day.